Okay.
So you guys are in Zhuanlu, and you're at the academy, and uh, had had Ling Su finished his studies there to find out information for you guys, or were we still dealing with that?
Um, he said that he found another way.
Well, it was um, the ghostly emperor.
Yeah, that we would have to give him something of value, and he would make it so we could get there.
And I think you
And
were
then we were
debating-
discussing what we had that was valuable that we were willing to give the ghostly emperor. And then I think I offered up that stick from Green Mantis.
Oh, yep. Yep.
Green Mantis is a stick of truth.
I think I had a bunch of stuff to offer, but I was just like, like, can't part with those.
Oh, you shouldn't have to give up anything anyway.
So, so had you guys settled on what you were gonna try to use, or had you not?
Did you
That's
say-
pretty much where it ended.
Okay.
Did you say the stick was kind of like the bottom of the barrel? Like
No, he
compared to
said those hats were the bottom of the barrel
that?
from the Temple of Jade Mercies, the ones that make you better at like the specialized things.
Yeah. All right. I was just making sure.
He said that was the bottom of the barrel. And I was like, what? Those are kind of cool.
Who doesn't like a stylish hat that makes you slightly better at things?
Yeah, so I think we were gonna give him the stick, and then we were gonna give him the tripod cauldron of How as like a little like
Oh, that's right.
top.
That one wasn't as good either, was it?
Yeah.
That's like a Smithsonian item. It's not even like a magical thing. So
See, and how? It
But
just
that's
went
why it's
missing.
like that's like it's a like an on top thing. Like, oh yeah, here's the magical item, and here's the little sweetener.
Look, if he's not going to appreciate it,
He gets
don't
nothing.
bother.
He's gonna send us anyway.
so
He's going to
So-
actually prefer the cauldron over the staff.
so Ling Su says perhaps we should go to a tea house and discuss this away from this academy then, until we've reached a conclusion.
All right, I'll nod.
And just to remind, I think you guys were in. Was it Lao Hai? Is that the city that you're in?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So he gets up and he thanks the scholar for letting him use the library, and he sort of walks to the nearest tea house, which is the Lao Hai tea house. And John, if you want, you can introduce yourself at any point when they're in the tea house.
Please introduce yourself getting trashed at midday
Yeah.
on like spiked tea or something.
And so Ling Su gets a table and orders some tea.
Alright.
He says, "What do you think, Chief?"
I think we need to give the ghostly emperor something not incredibly powerful, but powerful enough that we're not indebted to him for making a deal with him. Like we have magical items of world renown, but to give him that would be a blow to us.
So then, what should we give him?
Do you not think that the staff is sufficient to be able to see the past misdeeds of anyone that you hold in front of it?
Well, I suppose we can try it.
I mean, yeah. What do we have to do to contact him?
Well, I don't know exactly what Hidden Arrow did, but I managed to find a way of contacting one of his magistrates. And so if we can do that, we should be able to at least get an audience with him or be able to make some kind of appeal.
All right.
Um,
Who is this magistrate?
In the book, he was called the horse-headed magistrate. The details were somewhat sketchy.
Did he sound like a nice guy? Reasonable?
Well, the other issue is we need somebody to perform the ritual.
The pearl burning ritual?
Well, I don't have access to the pearl burning ritual. I found a ritual in the library. And he pulls out a book which he stole. And
This guy.
I like that. I'll give him like a nod of approval.
and it's a ritual titled Petition to the Ninth Magistrate. And he slides it over to you, Sabrina, because you do have a reputation for ritual stuff. So
It costs experience points, Brendan. I slide it back.
just beat him to death with the book. How dare you? How dare you?
He can spend his own damn experience points. I'll skim it over, look it over, or unless he's just gonna tell us about it.
Well, just skimming it over, it looks like a fairly simple affair where you need to like write a talisman out that's a petition to the horse-headed magistrate, and then you need to burn it on a mountain at a certain time of night,
All right.
preferably in a temple if you can find one, but it's not a requirement.
Do you have the text on it? I guess what I'm looking for is the TN. I'd assume that comes with it.
Oh, you want the T? The TN is 8, and you do need a horse head to do it.
You need a horse head?
Mm-hmm.
How much would a horse head go in the market?
Probably
Is
need
that
to
a
buy
thing?
the whole horse and then just take the head and.
In return, the other half that you don't need and get like 70% back.
What? There's no like freaky meat market?
I don't think they're selling horse heads in the meat market. I don't think so. Maybe if you go like to the west somewhere, you might be able to find a place where that's the case, but not in Haiyan.
So, even though Zhao Kang took himself out of the martial world, do people still know him like pretty commonly since he was a big deal?
In fact, and that he's in Haiyan is a little bit unusual because this is sort of the Hidden Raksha territory, and there was recently a big conflict with her.
All right.
But we didn't retaliate though. Right?
No, but there's that history. But from his point of view, there's just it's known that you guys were in a big war with each other.
Yeah. I guess I'll walk up to the table. I'll be using a stick. My character's blind.
I like that you announced that.
I'm going to let you know that you can clearly see by the way he's walking. And like, is Zhao Kang in my presence?
Nope. I'll just look at you, Tyler.
I'd be like, yes.
I'll bow in the direction where I hear his voice. Be like, may I have a few moments of your time?
Of course.
I've been seeking the path to immortality, and through my fortune telling, I've been told to come to this town on this date, and I would find someone worthy of following. And here you are. I'd like to serve you to the best of my ability. If I may be your counsel, I'll give you everything I have to offer.
What does he look like besides being blind?
He's like 3 feet tall.
Does he look decrepit or
No.
does he look like a martial hero?
Yeah, long black hair, a straw hat, and just black and purple robes.
I like how a lot of us wear that.
Yeah.
How old's your character roughly?
27.
Oh, so he's like my age. I'll be like, I follow Henshi. I don't know if that's something that you're interested in, or have you heard of Henshi?
Have you heard?
As much as anyone else would have who doesn't devote to Etchy, but etchy.
Henchy.
Yeah. I was told to come to this town on this date, and I don't think there's anyone else here worthy of following.
This is a pretty small town, right?
First of all.
Yeah, it's just like a fishing town.
I just send him away. I'm like, no, there must be somebody else.
I'm offended.
Oh, you're talking about you, Sabrina?
Yeah. I'm not worthy of following in this town.
Sick. Well, if that is something that has come to you, then you may travel with us. He's not giving me any incredibly weird vibes, right?
What's your empathy?
My empathy
Yeah.
is a 2.
No. Actually, John, normally I would do this by text, but I don't want all the clicking and clacking, so is your character giving off any weird vibes or no?
Not really, no. He
Okay.
might have exaggerated the story about, like, through how he got there, but it's pretty much it.
Okay, so I mean, you're not really having an easy time sensing him. You think he's a very skilled. If he is withholding anything from you, he's very skilled at hiding the tells.
All right.
Oh. I thought about taking out my wasp or something. See his karma, whether it's good or bad. But I don't want to do that to you since you just started.
I'll bow to Jack and be like, thank you. If there's anything you need from me, just let me know.
For the time being, we're on a quest. We're obviously we are all skilled martial heroes, and we're also on our path to immortality, hopefully. But in order to do that, we need to complete a task.
This guy seemed pretty devoted to you without knowing you. Maybe we can feed him to murderous.
That would be so funny.
He's always like...
Yes, we just have to go talk to this lady.
Do you think this will lead me to immortality? I am in.
They say being eaten by her. Like,
all right. Like, what is it that you're trying to accomplish?
We have to travel to Emo Chung to acquire a branch of the Epoch Tree. Not a very lofty task. At least that's what we're figuring out as we go about it now.
Can I ask why you need the branch?
That is what I received as a vision quest from a leader of a sect. A more profound sect, anyway.
Do you think they're using you?
If I mean, I've never considered it. They're considered to be very righteous.
What is the name of this sect?
Mount Dao sect.
they're okay.
Right, it's Mount Dao? Or is it Celestial Heart sect?
Celestial Heart sect.
Celestial Heart sect.
It's on top of Mount Dow.
Are they well known? I've heard of them, or is that just something a few people have heard of? I'm asking out of game.
What was the question?
Are they like renowned and are they well known of, or?
You've probably heard of this name. It's pretty, but it's like at the level of legend and myth. You know what I mean? It's not something that you would necessarily even you might not even believe in it.
Yeah.
Oh god, I changed my mind about
Alright.
following you. You guys are kind of crazy.
You were in the pool, Sabrina. You were there.
Alright, I'll nod. It's impressive that you've been there.
I'm like, I've not been to the peak, but upon completing this task, hopefully me and my friends, and perhaps even you, may be granted audience on the peak.
I'll nod.
But moreover, do you know of a way to get into Emo Chung?
I've never heard of them. this place.
Useless.
You can't follow me. Get out of here.
Tyler, are you at the table, or are you away from the rest of the group, just talking to him privately?
No, we're all talking together.
We're all at the table.
Okay.
He walked over to us.
Yeah.
So I assume he's just standing, unless he sat down.
I would have taken a seat afterwards after he said I could follow him.
Well.
Yes.
So we must acquire a horse.
Well, and we need somebody to master the ritual.
What is that? What is that?
Or we can hire a ritual master, I suppose.
That's what I was actually going to suggest. If it was a ritual totally up my alley, I would spend the experience on it, but I don't think I want to throw 30 experience or 20.
Oh, it's 30 experience?
Well, I think it's 10 each dot. No, or it's a little less for each ritual. I just totally had a brain fart.
That's okay, but the bottom line is you don't want to do the... You don't want to...
It's just for something that I'm going to use once,
right.
probably.
Yeah, so, no, I know what you mean.
So Ling Su says, well, we need to find ourselves a ritual master, and this man should get us a horse.
Is he talking to...
I'm going to just look at John's character.
Yeah, he's pointing at John's character.
I don't even pay any heed because I don't know they're pointing at me.
Well,
he's blind, so how would he know?
This man should get us a horse. Well,
So-
send that man.
He says, and I'm sorry, what's your character's name again? Shu Yao? He says,
Yes.
Mr. Shu, could you please procure a horse for us?
How did you know his name?
I'll nod.
Did you not say your name?
I didn't, but I would have.
Oh, okay, then my apologies. No, that was my mistake.
That's okay. That's something I feel like I would do. Hey, can I follow you? Who are you? It doesn't matter. I feel like I would have. So I'll nod. I will go do that. How much do horses usually cost?
I've never bought one myself. I'm sure they're not that expensive.
I don't want to just kill this horse. Get a...
Do you have any money I could take in case I don't have enough to buy one?
Yeah, I'll give him I'll give him 2,000 spades.
You know that's probably not going to be enough. Buying a horse is like buying a
car.
car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's why I just wanted to get the
Buying a car.
I don't need the rest of the horse. I want some strange
what would be
butcher
adequate?
guy.
I mean, you've been around, so you know it's probably minimum 6,000 spades.
All right, then I'll give him 7,000 spades then.
I'm going to ask, well, what is the purpose of the horse?
Unfortunately, for us to get to Imo Chung, we have to perform a ritual that requires a horse's head.
Does it have to be a healthy horse?
That is a good question. I don't believe it does. I'll look at Ling Su.
I feel like...
I think any horse will do.
Oh, Sabrina's like, I want top quality horse.
Well, I just wanted to know before I went on about a horse. Give me the best one, only the best for my 10,000 sold.
It gets more expensive. Like if you want to get an imperial steed, it's 12,000 spades. If you want to get a Kushen horse, then it's really expensive. But for a basic horse, about 6,000 spades.
I think we're looking at a basic, sick, on its way out horse. I think that's what we're looking for.
Hopefully that doesn't make it less potent, but
all right,
that's what I want to.
All right, so you okay, that's fine. Do you so what do you want to do, John?
I'll depart. I'll make my way to the door, and I'll start walking around. I'll ask people for help, bringing me to the closest stable.
Okay,
I hope he comes back with a horse and not like a donkey.
You're directed to a stable, and man says, "Can I help you, sir?"
Yes, I'm looking to buy the cheapest horse you have.
He says, "Well, this one over here is pretty inexpensive, but it honestly not in the best of shape. It's quite old."
Do you think it'll live another hour or two?
Oh, definitely, but it's not
Then
going to last
how
you
much-
a year.
Oh. How much would you like for this horse?
Well, I wouldn't want to overcharge you for this. I'm going to give it to you for 2,500 spades, if that's reasonable to you.
I'm going to go over and pat the horse to make sure it is a horse.
Yeah, it is definitely a horse. And
All right, give
do
it
you
a
have
one
animal
over.
handling or anything like that?
I don't.
All right. So, I mean, it feels like a horse. You're probably not all that adept at identifying, its level of health and all that. But
Stick your hands in its mouth or something.
All right. I'll nod and I'll count out the money for him.
okay. All right. He says, "Well, thank you. I appreciate the business. Please come back if you want a healthier horse next time."
I'll nod. Can you help guide me to the tea house? I'll tell him the name of the tea house.
Oh
I
yeah,
was just
yeah.
at.
He has one of his sons escort you to the tea house.
You should have slaughtered it right in the barn right then. Just like, "Ah!"
Will it live for the next hour or so?
This is old and decrepit. I can't see it.
It's actually dying as he sells it to you.
Back legs don't work. It just drags him wherever it goes.
So what are you guys doing back at the tea house?
We're gonna find that master ritual user guy.
We have a ritual master. No, no, that's the astrologer. Never mind. Oh, we do have
Red Crane.
not Red Crane. What's his name? Steve's character that I paid 1,000,000 spades for,
Yep.
so that
Isn't he back
would
at
work.
Sect headquarters?
Yeah, that's a ways away.
I'll throw in money to hire a dude.
No, I'll pay
Just a
for it.
random
I need
guy or
I need to get rid of my worldly money anyway. So
All right.
it's a requirement. I gotta get rid of all my money.
Okay.
I give you back all the change.
You
What?
just give it to the wrong guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Tao's character the rest of the money that I didn't spend.
So we see that he has a horse.
Oh, did you take the horse with you, John?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he has a horse. It's a very, very run-down looking horse.
All right. Well, I'll I suppose we should find a ritual master. So I'm gonna buy a bunch of what would be considered delicacies for a horse, just very nice fruit and.
I like that.
What was the question?
We're giving this horse a great last supper.
Yeah. So
Oh, I
what
don't
would be
know.
very nice things for this horse to eat?
Carrots?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I've never really owned a horse, but probably carrots would do, or I don't know if they usually have meal that they give them. I don't know.
They do sugar cubes and apples.
Watch none of that.
Those aren't really where we are though, right?
I mean, but you can get the equivalent items. I'm sure. You'll
Alright.
you get a feast for the horse. And
Alright.
I'm gonna make.
And
a
we'll
point
just
of
be
looking up
feeding it
horse
as we
food.
look for the ritual master.
Okay, how do you want to go about looking for the ritual master?
Should we go back to the academy and ask them? They would be.
I don't think those
Probably.
people were very well disposed towards ritual masters. If
You don't think so? They had a book on
Well, they
this
had a-
ritual.
well, they had a book there, but I don't think that scholars like that deal with ritual masters on a regular basis.
All right. So, what's in the city exactly?
It's a fishing village. I mean, but there's you were just at a tea house. There are plenty of inns and restaurants and things like that.
All right, we'll go to an inn and we'll ask the proprietor.
Okay, all right. So you go to an inn, and what do you want to say to him?
I'll be like, greetings. We are a small band of friends, and we are in need of somebody to perform a ritual for us.
He says you could try Master Jus de Tong.
Master Jus de Tong?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it sounded like.
And where is he located?
He's just outside of town. He has a small hut.
All right. I'm like, perfect, thank you. I'll bow and I'll give her like 150 spades,
Okay.
and then we'll head over there.
All right. So you follow the directions, and you can see a stilt house, sort of like just in the woods outside of town, and it's a little bit, again, it's a little bit swampy here. How do you want to approach?
Cautiously, but not like in a threatening manner.
All right, and you can see that there are like animal bones scattered around, and so you just want to approach the front door.
Yep.
All right, so you go to the front door. What do you want to do when you get there?
Kick it down.
I'll knock. Does he have he doesn't have anything to ring, right? Like a tiny gong or a...
Nothing like that. No. You could just
All right,
announce yourself too.
Yeah, I'll be like, Master. Oh God, I forgot. Master Jude de Tongue.
He says,
Wait.
"Enter."
All right, I'll open the door.
All right, you can see there's a guy sitting down in the house, and he's really tall. He's like nearly 8 feet tall. This guy, and he's got long, unkempt hair. And
8 feet tall.
Yeah, he's really tall.
How long's his hair?
Like goes down to his shoulders.
All right. I was just wondering if his hair was taller than me.
No.
I don't know why.
He's got like 7 feet of hair. Just
Wow.
He says, "How
I'll
can I help
bow.
you?"
I'll bow and I'll we need somebody to perform a ritual for us.
He says, "What ritual?"
What was it? Ritual petition to the 9th magistrate?
Yeah.
He says, "Do you have any information on this ritual?"
I'll nod and I'll look to Lingsu to give him the
Lingsu
book.
hands it to him, and he looks through it, and he says, "If you could give me 5 days, then I can perform this ritual for you."
5 days.
He nods.
Okay, that's sufficient. What will it cost for us to have the ritual performed?
He looks you up and down, and he says, "You can pay in one of two ways: a sum of money, or a favor owed."
Ooh, sum of money definitely seems a lot better.
Yeah, sum
I feel
of
like
money.
owing anything to mysterious ritual masters is typically a bad thing,
Yeah,
especially
8
when
foot
they're
tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
scraggly.
He's like, if you don't complete the task, I get your bones and it makes me taller.
It sounds like the potential to be the beginning of just a movie, and this is where things would go wrong.
Yeah, it's really like, oh, of course, well, a small sum of money, or
Just owe him a favor? Yeah.
how bad could it be?
I'll run to the store and get you some peanut butter.
He says, "Please sit down. Are you able to pay 8,000 spades?"
of course. No.
He says, "Tell me about yourself. Who are
I'll
you?"
throw in for half, Tyler.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I throw in half anyway. I insist.
Okay, well, it's
You
unfortunate.
say yeah, whatever.
Still just trying to whittle down this money. It's taking forever. Gonna have to start just handing it out to people.
Yeah, please hand it out to me. I have goals.
I wish I knew that. I would have played on and gone to more tea houses.
Yeah. Send the bill to Xiao King.
But he says, "Can you please tell me about yourself?
What would you like to know?
I would like to know who I'm doing business with."
Oh. Well, my name is Xiao Kang. I am no longer part of the martial world.
He says,
I'm
"But
What do you say?
you are a highly regarded martial hero."
I was, yes.
He says, "I heard you were in Dalu. What became of that?"
We were working with an acquaintance, and he was became very unruly. I've been trying to repair my reputation from years of misguided effort, and I could feel myself falling back into that pattern if I stayed with that man much longer.
What was this man's name?
What was Steve's character's name?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I know they call him Blackthorn, right?
Oh yeah, Nightthorn.
Nightthorn? Like, he's a martial hero that goes by the name of Nightthorn.
He says, well, I have heard of some of your recent dealings with Hidden Raksha, and so I was curious. He says, so why don't you meet me on let's pick a nearby location here.
Maybe not these swamps. A nice open flowery field.
Why don't you meet me in the Demon Moon Hills?
The Demon Moon Hills?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Isn't that where Demon Moon Cult is?
No. The Demon Moon Hills are in Hyann. Demon Moon Cult is in the Banyan region.
Yeah. Sorry, I was confused.
They're just to the south of here, but there's a very powerful energy that I would like to utilize in the performance of this ritual.
Alright, I'll nod. Is he kind of weird?
Yeah, he's kind of weird, definitely.
Oh, okay. I'll nod.
Don't judge him.
In 5 days?
5 days time, and you will bring the horse head as well.
Of course, I'll motion to the horse that we have. I'll be like, we will bring it then.
All right, he nods, and he says, "I shall see you in 5 days."
Perfect. So I guess we depart from this guy.
All right, and then what do you want to do for the next 5 days?
I think, where is it? White Brow Tiger wants to teach me some cool moves that he's been holding out on. I could find which one it was. I'm looking at it now. I should probably learn Breath of the Lotus Petal.
Mm-hmm.
Turn of the Genburn.
So he's really gonna teach you a technique?
No, only if you're okay with it.
No, I am. I just didn't know if that was because I know that he's been traveling with you for a while, and you have that. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to. Do you know which technique it was, or do you need me to look it up?
Breath of the Lotus Petal. That's the one that heals you, right? You can kind of restore.
Meditation.
Yeah.
Can you make so do you want to spend the next 5 days trying to master that?
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do with my time.
Can you make 5 meditation rolls then?
No. Of course I can.
Tyler, are you doing anything?
Oh, nailed it on the first day. Come on. Let's go.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was gonna go back to that little city and kind of look around for like destitute people.
Like, okay, you find plenty of them. What do you want to do when you find poor people?
Ask them if they require help or if they'd be willing to accept a donation of money.
So you see a middle-aged woman with a large group of children, and she says, yes, you're offering to give us money?
Blake, are all of these your children?
Yes, they are. They're all my children.
How many children does she have?
She has 7.
7 children?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was hoping she'd be like, can you babysit them for the night?
Never comes back. All of a sudden I have 7 children.
Yeah.
Teach them.
They all just run around town unruly, and you have to just find them.
Oh, it's like you spent the next 11 days finding these children. That guy is very mad at you. I'm like, of course. Do you live somewhere or?
Yeah, she points to her house, but they're just you've gone to the bad section of town, basically.
Yeah. Is it a bad? Well, is her house like dilapidated?
Yeah, it's very run down. And she's sort of trying to eke out a living selling really not so great looking ceramic ware.
All right, I'll be like, let me see your finest bowl.
She gets a bowl and wipes it off and hands it to you. You've definitely
wipes it off.
Yeah, you've seen much better craftsmanship, pretty much everywhere you've been. But you suspect that her hands are probably riddled with all kinds of arthritic pain, and that might be a contributing
You give her
factor.
money to get an education.
What is what's like an average salary like yearly of like? What's the
It
average?
depends on the
income?
occupation. What sort of occupation are you looking for?
Her awful ceramics.
Okay, let me see. So I guess
Should be like an artisan, right?
yeah, I'm
But
trying
like
to
a low quality.
So it would be, let's see, is that monthly or yearly? So I think it's an annual 4 to 7 strings of cash.
Which is 1,000 spades each
Yeah.
per string.
Yeah. Oh no, it's monthly. Yeah. So 4 to 7,000 spades a month.
That seems pretty solid.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like she's doing that bad.
Well, no, that's how much a normal craftsman would make. That's not how much she's making.
Oh, so she's like a.
Yeah.
Does she have any other
Yeah,
skills
I'm
in
gonna-
her life?
I'm
Like
gonna
maybe
ask-
she's just utilizing the wrong ones.
I love how it started out as you were coming to help this one out. Now you're questioning whether she's just
I was-
a mooch.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask her how long she's been making pottery for.
She says,
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, not
He's a-
so long. My husband was the real craftsman in the family, but he passed away 7 years ago.
What happened to him?
He died of illness.
How old are these children?
Hmm?
How old are these children?
What's the
youngest
The
one?
youngest one. This pans out because the youngest one's probably about 7 or 8.
Okay, I was just double checking.
Yeah, no, she
That
hasn't
there
been-
wasn't like a 3-year-old, a
No.
4-year-old running around.
No.
Wait,
Alright,
how old's the oldest?
Let me see. So the oldest is probably approaching adulthood.
Get a job.
I'm like, what is the entrance fee for the academy in town?
She says, "I don't know. I'm not a scholar."
All right. God, she's so
But
useless.
they don't accept women if you're suggesting that I should attend.
No, I'm not suggesting that you would.
Just
but
call her useless.
I'm like, you have a son that is approaching adulthood. I'm like, how about I give you some spades for enrolling him at the academy, and then a little on top to try and help you for the next few months.
She says, "Sir, you're most generous." She says, "I will. This gift will not be wasted. I will make him study."
Come on, Tyler. Is this kid even motivated? to
Is
go to
she
school like
actually
this?
saying
I
that?
think so.
Does she seem like she's actually gonna do what she's saying, or
What's your empathy again?
2?
I mean, number one, the kid does not look like, a studious person. And number two, she's quite hungry, so there's a really good chance she's just gonna,
Buy food?
buy food.
Ah.
Yeah.
You need to
God.
give her like a set monthly income so she doesn't just get all this money and then blow it all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fund her like over the course of months though.
Give her
I'm
like
just trying to start giving out some money so I can get rid of
I
it.
don't
Think
know, you're
about the
laying down a
harm
lot
you
of
could-
ground rules for this generosity.
I mean, I'm not saying they're ground rules, but I need to teach her how to fish. Like, if I just give her an influx of money, it's not solving the overarching problem of her being shitty at making ceramics. Like,
Tyler, that's good. They're in a fishing village. Teach her how to fish.
actually teach her how to fish.
Yes, teach her how to fish. Teach the kids. Take them out.
I'll be like, the only all right, maybe perhaps not going to the academy, but my only stipulation is that try to improve your craftsmanship so that you are not.
She says, well, I would, but my hands are in an awful state.
So what she's saying is, this is her excuse for having bad pottery, are her bad hands. So magically fix her hands, this pottery would be...
Yeah, I hum the light down and can I set her hands on fire?
You want to set her hands
Is that how that technique works?
Which technique are you talking about?
The flames of the merciful heart.
I don't think that's going to actually resolve
heal her hands.
Yeah, I don't.
I just need to ask. You
need
important.
like a physician or
Oh, forget. No, I only have a technique for not that I'm even there.
All right, I'll give her 50,000 spades, and I'll be like, see to it that you spend this wisely.
She's gonna go.
Thank you, sir. Yes, of course I will. And she starts showing her kids all the money, and they all look around.
They all look around.
They all look at the money.
That.
Huh?
Oh. What'd you say?
Oh, I said she's not gonna budget that. She's gonna blow it all. She never had this much money.
You guys don't know what she's gonna do.
Yeah, she can do whatever.
In a nice business.
We're gonna check back in a year.
Yeah, seeing how poorly this went, I'll just start asking people if they require help, not handouts of money, because clearly it cannot be trusted.
Perhaps you should go about a different way and invest the money into like a farm and hand out food.
Yeah, what about
food
like?
Can't be really.
That's good.
I'll be like, that is quite a good idea.
I'll nod to him.
You can't.
All right, so what?
Well, I mean, this is high end. You can't just go buying land,
Perhaps, yeah. Or if not, buy a boat that the community can use to go fishing.
Community farm.
Community garden.
That's what I'm saying.
These initiatives, we're just gonna start putting them in, even though we don't have any power here.
Remember the last time you guys made land arrangements with the Queen of High End?
I don't remember.
Vaguely.
Oh, the Huapi?
yeah, with the Huapi.
Was one of Steve's characters involved in that?
Yeah. Ours are much nicer goals compared to what he's trying to have a bunch of skin-wearing cannibals move in next door to High End.
We'll have them farm rice. That'll be the front.
No, but the point was that there, it wasn't just as simple as purchasing a plot of land. That it required all kinds of arrangement making with the royals.
With the queen.
Yeah.
No, we're martial heroes. We don't deal with paperwork. We handle things with our fists.
Just go and punch the magistrate.
I mean, if you're strong enough, right?
But
if you want, you could try to take over the town, Tyler. That's always an option.
No, I'm not doing that. I refuse.
I'm gonna join up with Tyler after the time it takes to master that technique.
Right, so you spend a day. He's probably on his second day of good works, just sort of tending to the bad area of town where he's,
Yeah, I'm just gonna help people.
Okay.
Does it have to be specific?
No, it doesn't have to be. How much money do you want to give away? Let's start there.
I'll give away another 150,000 spades.
All right. Okay, so over the course of the next several days, you do that, and on the fourth day, you realize you have, a limited amount of time to reach your destination.
Can I, before we even left, can I do some fortune telling to see how the events might go when we meet up with this ritual master?
What's your what's your divination?
I was wondering if they had.
Tyler, is there something on fire right next to you?
I blew out my candle.
Oh, okay.
I know. I've been looking at that for the past
I was like, I think Tyler's got a situation in his house.
Not just oh my god, there's a fire.
The campaign's much more important than his desk being on fire.
Was the Book of Change around this time area?
Well, I mean, There is something like that in the setting. Yeah, you want to do
I'd
that
like to-
kind of a reading.
Yes, I'd like that to be.
All right.
I have 4d10 too.
Okay. What are you trying to do here?
Trying to get an idea of how things are going to go on that day. Like,
All right. Okay, so all right, I'm going to send you a text message, John.
Partly cloudy with a chance of rain.
this guy had a very specific area to meet us in. Hoping he's not trying anything shady.
Because it has good energy. Interesting energy. Some kind of energy.
Hold on. Let me bring Steve in.
I want to prey upon the people that Tyler helped by giving them tattoos now that they have money.
Why do you do this? Then I have to pay for their tattoo removal.
What are you trying to say?
You got to start dropping money in like forms of like assets that they can't really do anything with, like pay off their boats or.
Steve?
Yeah, that's.
He's a couch.
Yeah, I see Steve's couch. I don't see or hear Steve. Steve, are you there?
Yeah, hold on.
All right, we're recording, just so you know.
How unprofessional.
Okay, sounds good. Hold on one sec.
All right, so that's your reading, John.
All right.
Is it good?
Haven't gotten it yet. Oh.
Did it go through?
Yeah.
I did it as a text message on the Nettle Sentinel account there.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
It's very short.
Oh, yeah, okay. I
right.
didn't even notice it come in. It was so, the notification was so, like, small and dull.
I'm going to let Xiao Kang know that things look good for our upcoming meeting with our ritual master.
I had no doubt.
But like, you can read the future.
I can. Sometimes I can when things work well. Sometimes messages are cloudy and I don't understand, but things are looking good.
I understand. It takes quite a lot of skill to do what you do.
Hold on. Thank you for appreciating it.
I'll nod. So let us go.
Can I get a survival roll?
Yeah. We've been feeding this horse a lot. Like, we are making sure it is a happy horse.
Okay.
I'm bringing my monkey for this.
Okay, can you, so you want to summon your monkey?
Yeah.
Alright, can you make a roll for that?
We'll stay here all day until I succeed on it. If not, I made it. I got an 8.
Alright, so your shadow monkey arrives and begins leading the way. Can you make a survival roll for the monkey?
9.
What'd you get?
9.
Okay. Alright, so you make your way through the Demon Moonlands, and the hills here get very sort of funky and strange. And you eventually can see that 8-foot-tall guy, near a fire up on one of the hills.
I guess we'll approach him. Does he see us, or?
Yeah, he sees you. And he's got like a whole altar set up with, like all kinds of incense and stuff on it. And he raises his hands and he says, "Bring me the horse head."
I keep my monkey summoned, by the way.
I'll look to Link, so I'll be like, what are we doing once this is completed? We never discussed what we were going to say to this magistrate.
Ling Su says, "I think it's a little bit late for us to go over those details now."
But like, I assumed that you had already thought of it.
I had not thought that far. I had just.
I thought the purpose.
We can walk slow and casual and discuss it.
Perhaps ask them to give us access to where we need to go, or perhaps ask if they can give us a branch without us even stepping in.
We have to get it ourselves. Well, I assume that just sounds cooler.
Yeah, I think we do have to get it ourselves.
I'll nod. I think we should just ask for passage then.
So we will ask for an audience with the ghostly emperor.
Yes. Hope.
So we can discuss an arrangement. What?
The horse-headed magistrate is who you're going to be dealing with.
Yeah, but we're going to ask him how we get an audience with the ghostly emperor to...
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Hey, you got his number?
So, do you guys give him the horse head?
I have nothing to do with killing this horse. Like, I am...
So who will dirty their hands, then?
Ling Su.
Yeah, honestly, Ling Su would be...
Ling Su... Let me see. He's going to have to make, like, an endurance roll to even muster.
I just want to see
I mean, he's been reading books his whole life. He
just use like beast strength, Tyler, and just like snap it like a crab leg.
This is the worst beheading of anything you've ever witnessed in your life. But he eventually gets the horse head, and he carries it over, and the guy puts it down on the ground, and like with a dramatic thump, and he says, "Now I need hair from each of you."
Did the ritual say it needed that?
Sabrina, do you want to make a roll to see if you can remember that? It's
yeah.
a reasoning roll.
What am I making a roll?
A reasoning roll.
Oh god, reasoning roll.
You're
killing me, Brendan.
This may be the most important roll in the history of the game right now.
Dun 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 dun. I'm rolling up my sleeves. You get like 2 1s. Oh no. Wait, did that...
I didn't win.
8.
You got an 8?
Yeah.
You don't remember that being in there, no.
I'm gonna call him out on that, because that actually reminds me of those other people who wanted our hair, and I don't remember liking them.
Invincible ritual masters.
He says, "You are not the ritual master. I am the ritual master."
It's like, I'm a ritual master nonetheless. I was like, I read the text. What are our hair required for? We are paying you. I want clarity. Boom! Oh, sorry.
He says, "Very well, I will do it without the hair."
What? Like, that's not what I asked. I'm asking what the hair was for. What you wanted our hair for.
He says, "I was going to use the hair to cast an enchantment and give you safe passage. But if you don't want safe passage, it's fine by me."
Empathy roll.
Yeah, let's all get some empathy.
I want to see.
All right, what's your empathy, Sabrina?
I want some. It's a 2. It's a 2.
All right, you notice like a little trickle of sweat going down his temple.
Are you guys okay with no hair? I think I feel okay with no hair because I've never heard of giving up my hair to protect myself, especially after the people in the South wouldn't talk and wanted my hair.
Does White Browed Tiger... Oh, we should have White Browed Tiger kill the horse. But does he not seem perturbed by this?
He's not really paying attention. He's just following along with you.
Oh, this guy is so annoying.
I'm gonna give him one of those elbow bumps and just kind of gesture to the situation to get him to provide input, if that makes sense.
So he kind of sort of comes online, like he just hasn't been paying attention, and he says, "It is most irregular to request our hair and inappropriate." He says we should give this man a thrashing if he doesn't drop the subject.
Alright. Fair. We're dropping the hair thing. No hair. I was just curious.
It's just weird that he mentioned Hidden Rockshire earlier, too. This guy is not... He's not doing real good right now.
Alright. I am now I'm eagle-eyeing him. I'm watching every step of this ritual.
Alright.
That he does.
Alright, so he takes a paper talisman and it bursts into flames and he throws it on the horse head, and that burst into flames. There's a big rumble, the whole hill starts shaking, and then it depresses and opens up, and you can see a stairway going down, a stairway that's made out of the earth, not like stone or anything like that. And he says, "You may go down. Horse-headed magistrate awaits you." And the guy looks very exhausted.
I push him down.
Like
No.
he expects us? Upon completion of the ritual, he's aware that we're coming, correct?
He nods.
All right. I'll bow and I'll thank him. And shall we go?
Let's do it.
Should we bring him with us as insurance? He wasn't honest with us.
What does this stay open? I'll ask him. Does this stay open? How do we return after we're done talking to him?
They will give you passage where you need to go.
To our deaths.
Release us from this life. Okay, I'll go. I don't want to be around this guy anymore.
I don't either, so I'm okay with that.
Really not digging we need some hair.
Later, nerd.
Alright, so you guys are going to go down?
Yep.
Alright, so you descend for quite some time. It feels like, upwards of 20 minutes. And you eventually come to a long underground tunnel. And you reach a gate. And before the gate is what looks like a magistrate with the head of a serpent. And he's flanked by a number of officials who you don't quite know what they are. They look a little bit like Rakshas, but you're not 100% sure. But they're sort of big creatures with very bearded faces and slightly ogreish features.
I'm gonna be a total pain. Can I make a roll since I have high knowledge in that kind of stuff? Should it be? I mean, I have a 3 in all of them, but monsters, creatures, whatever it is.
Make a monsters roll.
9.
You believe these are a variety of Raksha.
I just wanted to hear it. Straight out.
The man in robes looks at you, and he's got a book out and a brush, and he says, "Name?"
Zhao Kang.
He whispers over to one of the Rakshas, and he says, "They will take you inside for your audience."
I'll nod and I'll bow.
Better experience so far than I thought it would be.
And they take you, down through the gate, and this place is sort of like very subterranean, but you catch glimpses here and there of human activity, of people gathered in groups. It looks like the majority of people here are being punished for things, but you're not sure. What is that, Sabrina?
Just him or all of us?
All of you.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
But you're eventually brought to a great hall, and at the end of the hall is a very short, 3-foot tall figure with the head of some kind of horse or mule or donkey, and he's got black robes and a really ornate headdress, and he says, "You petitioned me."
Yes, I did, Ninth Magistrate.
He says, "Your offering was pitiful." He says, "A cheap, run-down horse." He says, "This was one of the worst meals I've ever had."
I'll apologize. I'm sorry that as we tried not to take something from the world that was in ripe health. It is not something that it goes against my ideals.
He says,
We
"For
weren't
your
aware
ideals,
it
I've
was
had to suffer."
a meal.
I apologize for that.
He says, "What was it you wanted?"
We were looking to talk to the Ghostly Emperor to to make a deal with him.
He says, I can arrange such a meeting. He and I are very good friends.
So we have heard. That is why we have come to you.
He says, very well, but next time, give me a much better horse.
I'll nod.
Perhaps
I'll be like, it will be of finest quality. And then I'll let John say whatever.
Bring 2 horses.
Let's not go crazy now.
Yeah,
He says that would be a fine idea. And he says, I will give you chambers here, and the ghostly emperor will visit you. And he instructs the Rakshas to take you to your chambers.
separate chambers, or
No, you must all stay in one location. You must not travel.
Oh, I was.
That's
Yeah,
no.
I meant like when they were bringing us. Did it seem like they were bringing us to separate rooms, or?
No, to one chamber.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That is what I prefer.
That's what we want.
All right, so they bring you to a chamber that looks. I mean, you're kind of like in a cave, but the chamber is at least arranged like a living quarters, and there are canopied beds in here and braziers, and all of sort of the things that you would expect if you were staying in an inn, for example. And the Raksha says, do you need anything while you're here?
How long do you think we'll be staying here for?
Could take as long as a month.
Is there food for us to eat?
Yes, we will bring you plentiful food.
Oh, horse.
No,
I'm just kidding.
he says, are you hungry? I can bring you food now.
I'll nod.
All right,
What do they have to eat?
He says, whatever you want.
Red bean paste dumplings.
Vegan. I'm not vegetarian.
Oh, yeah, you guys are vegetarian.
Well, I am. I don't know about them.
My character practically is. They haven't eaten meat throughout this whole campaign.
All right.
My character is not. As for like duck and wine.
He says, we will bring you duck wine and some vegetarian food. And
Red bean paste dumplings.
he brings you red bean paste dumplings. And they bring you a large quantity. But you guys are going to have to stay here, like, just passing time for a while before the ghostly emperor arrives.
They're obviously not that great of friends if it takes about a month.
So, all right.
Can I just work on mastering that technique?
Yeah, you can do it. You
That
can roll for
hands of Lin Chao.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'll light one of the braziers if it's not already lit.
Okay, you light a brazier. I'm gonna go over to Steve, and then when I come back to you guys, we'll have elapsed whatever time it was, and I'm gonna give everybody 15 minutes tonight.
How many days do I have?
You have 26 days.
Okay, I got it. I got it on like the 10th day, but I got it.
All right, Steve, what are you doing?
So we just beat that guy, right? And then we took his stuff?
Yeah, what was his name? Divine Astrologer.
Okay.
Now keep in mind the
Okay.
way in which you killed him. A giant spider, appeared and killed the guy.
Okay.
And you were
Okay.
and you're in the capital.
Yeah. Does he have anything on him?
No,
Besides-
not really. I think he has like an abacus and his big giant
Yeah,
earthquake
I took
detector.
Yeah, I loaded that into a thing. All right, I'll just take the abacus as well, and I'll say to my father, "How do you want the body displayed?"
He says, Steve, had you guys talked about this before, or was this something that you're just bringing up right now?
He said he wanted to make an example of the guy, but I don't remember him saying anything specific.
He says, just take his head.
Okay, I'll go over and cut off his head.
All right. You can hear people in the crowd like murmuring. And he says, "Let's
I'll look
return."
over.
Huh?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
He says, "Let's return to Dalu."
All right, I'll nod, and I'll grab the head, and we'll go back to Dalu.
Okay, and what's the Oh, let me get your information here because I know you have family now with you.
Yep.
The Yang family. All right, so you have Yang Gong, who's your sort of scholar cousin. You have your uncle Yang
No.
Feng, right, who is crippled, and
Well, no. So just to be clear, so the crippled guy is my brother. The young Gong is my nephew.
oh, I'm sorry, my
Yeah.
apologies. And Yang Pei is your
My niece.
your mute niece. Okay, all
Yeah.
right. And oh, who's this? Have you met it? Is that the only? Is that's all of who you've met so far?
For family members, yeah, and then
Okay.
just my father.
Okay, all right. All right. So there's. All right. So what are you gonna do from here?
We'll navigate back to Dalu.
All right. So can you give me some survival rolls for this trip?
Yeah, what kind of terrain is it?
It's just wilderness.
Oh, what the hell? 4. Not using these dice. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Who's gonna mess with us?
Huh?
Who's gonna mess with us in the capital? What could be that? Whoever it is, I smack him in the face. I tell him to move along.
All right. Can you roll me 2d10 and add them together?
Can do that. 70. Oh no, sorry, 14.
Okay. All right. So, an official on horseback with some other officials rides up to your group. What do you want to do as they approach?
Nothing. I'll just see what they do.
He sort of signals for you to stop.
Okay, I'll motion for the caravan to stop. Before they get close enough to talk to us, though, Brendan, I'll say to my father quietly, I'll just say, how do you want to handle this?
Well, we don't want any trouble with officials, so try to be delicate about the matter if you can.
Okay. All right, so then I'll let them bridge the rest of the distance between us.
Okay, so the man approaches you, and he says, "Greetings." He says, "What is your name?"
I'll say, I'm Yang Chun.
He says, "I am Military Inspector Gua. It seems that you were responsible for a bit of a fight in the middle of the capital."
I'll say, we were there.
He says, my information says that you were not only there, but that you killed a man named Divine Astrologer, and that you even summoned some kind of spirited creature."
I'll just say, okay.
He says, so, what? He sort of looks at your entire group. Now, how many people do you have?
Well, including guards and stuff. So there's probably like 25 guards, and then there's me, my father, Hua Yin, the righteous hero guy, the other guy, my brother, his 2 kids, and that's it. And then me.
He says, "Can I speak with you privately, sir?"
Yeah, I'll go with him.
All right. He says, "This is a very delicate matter. I do not wish to create an enemy here, but I would like to know what this spirited creature was that you had summoned."
Say I didn't summon anything. I'll say one of my companions is literally a strand of the divine or what was it? Who she a strand of hair from?
She claims to be a strand of hair from the enlightened goddess.
Okay, I'll say she's a strand of hair from the enlightened goddess.
Can you make a persuade roll, Steve?
Sure. Do I have anything to persuade? Let's see. Am I persuasive? Odd persuading someone of the truth. No. Where am I? Hold on. Sorry, I'm just trying
Well,
to
that's why it's not a deception roll.
Fair.
Well, that's her truth.
That's her truth. Yeah. Let's see. I got a 2.
All right. He says, I am not an 8-year-old child. He says, if you have some strange ritual that you've been employing to summon this creature, please, out with it. This is more of a problem than the fight itself.
I'll say, do you want to see her transform into a giant spider? I don't know if she'd agree, but I'll say her name's Hua Yin, and she's very dangerous. I'll say, did you hear about what happened in the in J Valley?
I've heard rumors.
Well, that was her doing. Her little spiders crawl into people's brains, and then they eat their brains. I'll say it's very horrific stuff. But under my guidance, I'm able to curtail that activity. I'll say we have a symbiotic relationship at this point, I'll say, but I assure you it's no summoning. She legitimately is. She claims to be a strand of hair. I don't know if she is or not, but she's very powerful.
He says, this is, He says, you're leaving me in a very difficult position here.
I'll say, hey, if in the report you have to put it to, perhaps if you had something in your hand that would make the report go, what would that look like?
He says, my concern is the safety of the Empire, not my own comfort.
I'll say, well, as long as I'm in good health and nothing's going on, I assure you, you're in no danger from her.
He says, you will be receiving a visit from an Imperial official within the next month.
All right. About what?
About this matter.
Should I be concerned?
Well, I haven't arrested you, have I?
No, I'm just wondering. I thought we could settle the matter here, so what further inquiry needs to be conducted?
This is a very unusual state of affairs. Surely you can understand why the Emperor would be concerned about this.
I agree, but, does the Emperor wish to speak to me about it? I think him and I have
I'm not sure that this needs to go to the Emperor just yet.
Okay.
But somebody is going to be sent your way to find some workable solution here.
Okay, well, when they come, I'm happy to discuss the matter.
And, he nods and he says, please, you may go.
Okay, I'll nod and I'll go.
And, alright, can I get the remaining survival rolls, Steve?
I got a 9.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 10.
Okay.
These dice are much better. I got a 7.
Mm-hmm. One more.
I got a 6.
Alright, so you make it back to Dalu. When you get there, I assume you have you have servants at the residence and stuff. One of the servants says, a brother of yours has arrived, sir.
I'll say, this is great news. I'll say, excellent. I'll say, yes, take me to him at once.
All right. You go inside, and there's a guy with a shaved head and yellow robes.
Okay, do I recognize him, Brenda?
Yeah, you recognize him as Leaping Ghost Yang.
Okay. Where is he in the order of brothers?
I am not 100%. What's the order for Yang Feng? What is he? He's
the second.
Second brother? Alright, so let me clear this up.
He's the next oldest besides me, yeah.
So you're the oldest?
I'm the oldest, yeah.
Alright, so he'll be the third.
Okay. I'll say, brother, is it proper? What's the best way to for a family member? Embracing isn't really common, right? Do people hug, or is that not a thing?
I mean,
what?
it's usually, I think, more formal in this age. So, especially if you guys aren't as close. Do you know what I mean? Like, there certainly is touching and things like that, but I don't think
I'm kind of an unusual guy, and I haven't seen my brother for a while. I'm gonna go with the hug.
Okay, all right. He sort of, backs away slightly, and he bows, and he says, brother, I've heard of your success, and I've come to tell you to renounce your ways.
Say, why would I do that?
He says, you and father are going down the road of attachment to wealth and riches and murder and killing, and this will not be good for you.
I'll say, well, why don't we discuss it with the family and we can figure out something?
He says, that is my intention.
Okay. I'll say, I'll have the men bring us in some food, Brennan, and prepare a little feast, and I'll just, have father and the brother and basically anyone who's directly in the family I'll have there.
All right. So it's probably you, the father, and Yang Feng. Purple Scorpion. Okay, I'm going to say to Hua Yin, by the way, Brennan, I'm going to say, I'll say, you should stay probably outside of the city, but nearby. That inspector might be trouble. I have a feeling when the other inspector comes, they're going to want to do something to curtail you. They're probably going to be afraid of your power. She nods, and she do you want her to stay at the meeting, or you want her to...
No, she can go, but I just want her to, I want her to be, nearby, but just, so that way if they come, I can plausibly be like, look, I don't know where she is,
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. Also, you remember you had another brother in, where was it? In...
Yeah, Possible By,
yeah. Okay, so what do you want to do with the feast?
I'll just say, our brother, Leaping Ghost Yang, has joined us here. I'll say the third brother. I'll say he has some business to discuss. Apparently he has some different thoughts about the way we're running things. I'll say it's it's nice to see you again, brother. Why don't you tell us more about what you're thinking?
He gets up and he says, I've come to request that you all renounce your ways. He says, I do not care to be kin with criminals and killers.
I'll just look to my father. I'll just let him kind of...
Your father says, he says, this is not an appropriate subject to speak of at this time. He says, we can talk of this later. He says, we've just had a long journey from the capital, and I have no interest in discussing this matter right now.
Sounds like he's deflecting.
And
I'll say, well, there you have it, brother. I'll say, why don't we just enjoy this nice feast and enjoy this time together? It's been a while.
Your brother shakes his head, and he says, if this is the case, then I must go. And we will deal with this later, as father said.
Does he get up to leave, Brendan?
Yeah, he does. He says, I have no wish to be in the midst of animals.
I'll stand up and put my fists on the table, Brendan, and I'm just going to say, sit down.
He says you would threaten a brother?
I'll just say, I'll keep order. I'll say, we haven't seen you for a long time, brother. I'll say, it would be very rude for you not to sit down and eat with us. I'll say, don't insult us all.
I have eaten my food and I have exchanged words with you, and this is as far as we can take this conversation.
Oh, he ate already?
He ate some food. He ate vegetarian. He didn't eat any meat. But...
Oh, okay. I thought this was at the beginning of the feast. No. Okay, then. Then I don't get up if that's the case. I didn't realize that he had eaten and stuff. Okay, so I'll say, where are you staying, brother? I can put you up somewhere.
He says, I haven't decided where I'm staying yet.
I'll say, well, there's more than enough room. I'll say, I own the Heavenly Meat Palace. I'll say, we have...
He says, I don't want any place associated with you. He says, I'll find my way just fine.
He's throwing some shade.
I'll say,
I love it.
I love it.
I'll say, all right, well, then whatever your choice is, I'll say, hope you find adequate accommodations. So when he leaves, Brendan, so he leaves, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to just say to my father, I'll say, is it all right if I put some people on it just to make sure he's okay? The city can be a dangerous place, and people might want to get back at us through him.
He says, well, I think that that we should definitely keep an eye on him, and we should increase the guards, too. He used to be an assassin, after all. I don't...
You think he would go against the family like that?
Well, he was speaking very directly against us.
I'll say, all right.
God.
I'll increase the guard, but and I'm going to have my other brother. I'll say, brother, tonight, why don't you stay with us tonight?
Young Fung?
No, not that brother. My brother from my sworn brother.
Oh, so not like one of your actual brothers.
Right, not one of my actual brothers.
Okay,
So
okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and I'll just say, I'll double the guard, and I'll just send. What Song Pei's skill set, Brendan? Is she stealthy, or what can she do?
Yang Pei?
Oh, Yang Pei. Yeah, sorry.
Let's see. She is good with a bow and good with a sword. And she's got some of the J Valley techniques, like J Valley Blade and J Valley Fist.
How is she at sneaking around?
She's okay. She's not that great.
Okay. All right, I don't want to assign her to it then. I'm going to have... okay, well, you know what? I doubt he'd do anything against this guy. I'll have Chan Che or whatever, the righteous guy. I'll be like, I want you to keep an eye on my brother and make sure nothing bad happens to him, and just let me know if there's anything I should do.
The Celestial Plume?
What's that?
The Celestial Plume guy?
Yeah, the Celestial Plume guy, yeah.
All right, can you roll 7d10 for me?
Okay.
And tell me your single highest result.
Got 2 10s.
All right. All right, so I'm just determining what happens there. Just give me 1 second. I got to take my pill.
All right. I thought we agreed we were going to see the pill taking this time.
That's right. I do remember that. I'd be more comfortable, Brendan, if that was on camera.
Settle
the
debate. The best part is that if this was not Steve's brother, he would have already killed this person and just moved on from it.
Right. I love that you throw guards on him when he's already, doesn't like you guys.
He's just misguided. He's confused.
I thought you guys were all about to take a vote whether you all wanted to be like a murderous family or not.
That would seem pointless. No.
Who here?
I count a vote. Who's okay with murdering?
Yeah.
Oh, there you have it, brother. You're outnumbered.
We're a family of murderers now.
No choice but to fall in line.
That's right. I want to help people. What's your angle?
I want to help people. What's your angle?
Help them so we can corner them and kill them? No.
I'm all out of chips, and it's pretty kind of a bummer.
You got some time to get more chips while Brendan popped in that suppository?
No. We have to go to the store. And they're already closed.
Unless you know of some secret chip compartment in my house.
Don't I? What store is it?
Market Basket. Oh, my car doesn't even run anyways. My alternator died on it.
So we'd have to walk through the woods in the dark.
The other one.
Yeah.
Groveland. Yeah, the stadium.
The one by the stadium, yeah.
Better.
I used to live near there. I used to live in those condos, right over the bridge there.
Oh,
Roll for the
nice.
states or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my
Wait, where?
I knew someone. That's where my brother lives.
Brendan, just people are going to know where we live now via the podcast.
Are you
I want to
okay
edit
with-
this part out.
What was that?
One now. Oh, all right, never mind.
Yeah, I said my social security number.
My credit card number is
I don't think we can post this
551.
one.
You guys, and that was on top of the suppository joke, right? That was.
He's like, I can never post any log from these people. They're so awful.
Yeah. I mentioned it twice.
Steve can't resist suppository jokes.
Yeah, in case there was an audio issue, I just wanted to make sure it got on there.
No, it definitely got on there last time.
Sweet.
All right, so you guys are in the ninth court of horse-headed
That was
king
a little-
here.
Unceremonious? It just,
let me-
Huh?
I said no.
We're doing 15 minutes apiece here.
All right. I just thought, we were going to discuss some more business, but all right.
Hey, you came late. It's your problem. Okay.
Okay, well, geez. All right.
Well, they're on a 15-minute clock too. All right, so I just find that works a lot better. So so the time has passed, and has Shen Chun and Min, have you guys both met Hidden Arrow?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right, so
Zhao Kang, but yes.
so Hidden Arrow actually comes.
Oh, he comes? Why does
yeah.
he come?
Because he's
That's who comes.
Well, he likes me, so I'm not that
wanna
worried
deal
about
with
it.
somebody
He
else.
hated Bao Yang though.
Yeah.
Bao Kang, or was it Bao Yang?
It was Bao Yang that he despised.
Yes,
In
perfect.
fact, he still helped you.
Yeah, he let me live.
So he says, Shen Chun, they thought
Called
that it
Zhao
would be...
Kang.
I'm sorry, Zhao Kang. Now, are you at all? So Green Cat Kang is your new name, right? But
Yeah.
and Zhao Kang is the name that you're trying to get everybody to say. Is that the?
No, Zhao Kang is my name. Remember, my name was Shen Chun, and then I went back and I said my full name and martial name when I battled Sunan. So then my
Okay.
name changed to Zhao Kang,
Okay.
Green Cat Kang, and I was like, oh my god, what an
All right.
awful name.
All right. So,
now he
but have
just
you been
doesn't
trying
taste
to
it.
get people to call you Shen Chun?
No.
Okay.
Zhao
All
Kang's fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So he calls you
I've
Zhao
accepted
Kang.
it.
All right, that's fine. And he says, he says that the ghostly emperor thought that it'd be better if I spoke with you since we have had prior dealings.
Like, that is most agreeable. It is nice to see you again.
He says, you as well. He says, and also again in this time on the Bao Yang stuff, I don't think any of that actually happened, right? Or did it?
Why wouldn't it?
I don't. I'm just trying to be clear on this because the Bao Yang remember that a lot of the stuff that happened at D didn't occur.
Bao Yang happened before D. I think he died like
And then
fighting.
D, okay, so
Yeah, he died way before.
okay,
Yeah,
so
that
it was the
was-
stuff with Silent Dagger then that didn't happen, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Nothing with Silent Dagger happened.
Okay, all right. And for those listening, there were some timey-wimey, travel-y things that happened, and so we're just going over some of the background stuff and making sure we're in sync.
Don't mess with time.
And so.
It's a bad idea.
All right, so I just want to make sure I know which hidden arrow we have in front of you. So he says, what sort of help were you looking for?
We are looking to travel to Imo Chung. We
You
need
want
to
with Imo Chung?
we need to acquire a branch of the epoch tree.
Burn it all down.
He says it is very well guarded. I could certainly get you there. I get you past most of the guardians, but there's still the last guardian that I would not be able to work around.
Who are these guardians? Are they
They're
righteous? Are they evil? Or
well, such distinctions are not the same in Imo Chung as they are, among the
Here?
righteous sects. Yes.
How did-
But they're definitely very unforgiving and wholly without mercy. But they're mainly members of the Ghost King's court.
Can they be persuaded?
Only, well, they can, but what they require is usually much more than what I would require.
He said he could get us past most of them except for the last one, so I'm mainly worried about that last one.
Well, and that's because the last one is just a big giant toad who isn't persuadable.
So how do we get around him? Do we fight him?
Well, the epoch tree is inside the toad.
Oh, so we would have to go inside of the toad or kill the toad and go inside?
Yes.
Wait, so kill the toad is the yes.
Well,
they were
it's
both
up to
yes.
you. I would think going in the toad rather than killing it because, to be honest, these things are very, very powerful. I don't know that it can be killed.
But to go in it would be dying, wouldn't it not?
It's never been tried. I don't know. I mean, others have acquired portions of the epoch tree. I imagine there's a way in.
Are there like ancient hazmat suits that I can wear?
He says, "Do you want to go there or not? I've offered to get you past all of the guardians except for this one."
I think we can agree to this. Yes.
I'd just like to examine all options before we proceed, if we have the time to.
You know, I just like to know what I'm going up against before.
He says, well, I don't have a complete report on the
and
matter.
That's fine.
We're gonna need Jeremy in here. I need Jeremy playing out Hidden Arrow. He has the answers.
Are there a name? Do you have names of people that have ventured in there and came out with parts of the tree?
Duchion.
He used that. Didn't he use that to construct the chariot?
He nods. But I don't know how he got in and how he got out.
I imagine it wasn't as well guarded as it is now. It was a bad.
There was also
word.
a man named Ruan the Flamingo. I think he might have accompanied him, but I'm not sure.
This is Ling Su. Does he not know any of these stories? Knowledge type of things?
Ling Zhu just whispers in and says, "This is stuff that I have never heard before."
Uneducated.
God. Just stick to cutting off horses' heads, Lingsu. God.
Perhaps we can go talk to some of these people?
I think we're kind of just going...
Those are dead. Those are people of long... They are dead.
Oh, I guess we'll
could arrange a meeting with Ruan the Flamingo if you want. That might be possible.
I think that'd be beneficial for us to know.
Is that man not dead?
He's dead.
If you're capable, I don't see why we should not do this.
All right, fine. If there's a way
it would prove useful
to interview one of these people before we go, then why not?
Well, I'm more worried about the cost.
If there's a cost, I'm opting out.
Well, what do you think it would require from us to give to you to set up a meeting and then travel there?
Well, the meeting, we would just have to bribe some of the Raksha guards here, and we could get in a meeting with him pretty easily. But the remainder, I think, given our past history, I can make these arrangements without anything.
Are you certain? I'd be more than willing to give you something.
He says, let's just say you owe me a favor.
Oh, those are the worst kinds.
See, I hate what... I'm like...
He says, what's a favor between old friends?
I'm like, favors now are very difficult for me, because...
He says, I'm doing a favor for you. Why should it be so hard for you to reciprocate?
It doesn't break the moral code.
I will owe you a favor with this stipulation, my friend. As long as it does not violate the path that I am walking or deviate me from what I'm trying to achieve.
He says, I would never do such a thing.
All right, then I'll clasp his hand like we've formed an agreement.
Okay, yeah, so you guys both agree. He says,
Okay.
shall we go pay the guards and speak with Ruan the Flamingo?
Of course.
Ruan the Flamingo.
I should have just said nothing, and I've been like, oh yeah, he doesn't even need anything.
All right, so he pays the guards, and they take you to a chamber where they have a bunch of people being burned, almost like on a barbecue pit. And you know, he says to the Raksha that they want to speak to Ruan the Flamingo. So one of the Raksha gets like a big pike, and he spears a skull that's on the pyre, and he brings the skull over, and the skull begins speaking. And it seems that this is Ruan the Flamingo, and he says, he says, who do I owe gratitude for this brief reprieve?
Like,
Wow.
I'm Zhao Kang. I have a few questions for you, if you wouldn't mind.
He says, no, I am happy to answer your questions.
Perfect. We are looking to acquire a branch of the epoch tree, and we have heard from legend that you acquired one with Duchian.
He says, yes, I did.
How did you go about doing that?
He says, it was very uncomfortable. You might not like the answer.
We've heard what may have to be done, but we would like to know for certain.
He says, you know of the toad?
We know of the toad.
He says, well, there are also beautiful koi that live in the nearby ponds around the swamp, and they're quite big. And so we knew that the toad ate these koi, and so we each hid inside one and persuaded it to swallow us. And that's how we were able to get past its defenses and gain a portion of the epoch tree.
Is the toad aware of this now?
I don't know.
Wait,
It was a long time
I've been.
ago.
I was swallowed by one of that big turtle before with one of Steve's characters.
Yep.
Would I assume it might be similar to that?
It might
Yeah,
be,
it was
Kind
but,
of, yeah.
but that one was kind of different because it sort of voluntarily opened up its mouth and you walked in, I think.
Yeah, I'm talking about the insides.
Yeah, it might be similar.
Well, I know it can't be.
There was a
for
city
sure.
in there. And
How did you get out?
they let us out? Oh,
No,
sorry.
they're talking
No,
about.
no, I was there for when you guys went into the turtle.
Yeah.
He says, oh, we walked out and just tickled its nose.
And it was completely fine that you had done that?
Well, we fell a great height. You know, Duchian was hurt a bit, but otherwise we were fine.
I'll nod. Do you have any advice other than what you've told us?
To amateur.
I don't know that there is any advice for this sort of situation. Don't die if you can avoid it.
Of course.
Man, these insights are just.
Yeah, this guy, most intelligent.
He says also,
I didn't think of that.
I would try to rectify any wrongs that you've committed in your life.
Me?
Well, general advice to anyone, I suppose.
The general advice.
Well,
Oh, thank you.
He just came off of a big pyre. This guy's been dead for a long time.
Oh, he's just trying to,
Hey, let me know.
shut
By
up,
the-
talk about it.
This isn't fun being on this thing, so don't do what I did.
He's like, how is the weather?
He says my sins were not that great.
Oh yeah? What were your sins?
He
Seems like a
says-
personal question.
He says at most I lied to people a few times.
And
Is
this
that-
is where
He says what I'm trying to say is that the punishments here are all out of proportion to the crimes. So I would do what I can to avoid my fate.
I'll nod.
I
Very-
steal his head and free
He
him.
says and bribery goes a long way too.
Is he saying that like do bribery or do not?
No, do bribery, and he's like sort of kind of tilting his head towards the guards. He doesn't really have eyes.
Okay. Well, I thank you. I assume they just throw him back
they just
on
put
the.
him right back onto the pyre.
Let's get eaten.
Let's go see some koi.
All right. So, Hidden Arrow walks you back to your temporary residence, and he says, "Is there anything else that you need my help with?"
Just getting to that toad. I mean, other than that, that is all that we require.
Time to have a foot cramp.
You wouldn't want to reunite for one last little adventure, would you, my friend?
He says, "No, He says, I have other duties now."
I imagine you do.
I thought you said you were going to get us past the first guards.
I am,
Yes,
but
he's
I'm not
coming
going to
in with
join
us.
you once we get there.
I'm
I
not.
wish you luck.
Of course, I'll bow. No, yeah.
And so he leads you outside of your chamber and walks up to a wall and just sort of goes like this, and the wall parts, and he's able to sort of lead you for quite some time down some meandering paths. And he sort of starts tapping and tapping and tapping, and then he gets to an area where it sounds thin, and he puts his hand against the wall, and the stone sort of explodes open, and you can see that there's a enormous swampy landscape in sort of a perpetual night, and the open wall leads to like a precipice overlooking all of it. And he says, "This is where you need to be."
He said, "This is where we need to be."
Mm-hmm. He says,
How will we get that?
he says you have no means of climbing or flying.
Is climbing a skill?
I think
I have-
fine.
He shakes his head and he pulls out a purple rope and hands it to you.
Wait, can't we fly, Sabrina?
Oh yeah, I mean I can fly us as long as if I'm able to summon my owl. We can swim, we can fly, I have mobility.
All right. So he gives you the rope, and he says, "If you need it, this might be able to help. But I must go." And he says, "I will see you sometime in the future."
Like, when we are leaving this realm, how do we leave?
You said you just wanted to get to the toad. You didn't say anything about help leaving.
This guy.
That'll cost another favor.
Oh my god. Is this guy for real?
He's for real. He says, "Well, hold on. I'm going to go to Steve, and then I'm going to come back to you guys. So maybe think about your approach there." All right, Steve, what are you doing?
All right, so I assigned that guy to follow my brother, right?
Yep. Oh, and keep in mind, they've been gone for some time now at this point.
Who?
The two of them.
Like oddly, for like an oddly long time?
just so you know how much time has been passing here.
Okay.
All right. So what are you doing?
I'll just be waiting. I'll say, "Father, when do you want to handle this business? Because if it's not soon, then I would like to further cement my position around here. I have some other people that I need to bring down in order to cement my position."
Which business is that?
I just wanted to fight in the pits to further the training here, the academy that I was trying to start.
He says, "But what of Jay Valley?"
Are you feeling that it's neglected, Father?
I feel that it's odd that we have retaken our sect, but we are all the way north in Dalu now.
Okay. You want to go back to Jay Valley? We can certainly do that. I just thought it'd be good to establish a base here and also a place to sell the Celestial Plume and
He says, I'm concerned that the Empire is getting too interested in Hua Yin, and she seems to be the ace up our sleeve.
All right, so what do you have in mind?
He says, I think we should put one of, maybe put some of the lower ranked family members in charge of our affairs here, and return south.
All right. Do you think it might be wise before that time, though, to, well, no, I guess not. I'll just say, all right, so why don't we make arrangements? I'll say, should I leave the people I have in place here, though, to make sure things go smoothly here?
Yes, I think you should. And there was another matter we were tending to, wasn't there? What was the matter with this Sun Mai?
I'll say, yeah, he was. I wasn't sure how you wanted to handle that, but he was dropped off at Southwind Manor. I believe he's still there. We could go and collect him if you want.
Yes, we should do this on our way back.
Okay. We also have the matter of the half-brother that I would like to investigate if you think that's all right.
He says, I know about this half-brother of yours, and I don't know if it's a good idea. He's very righteous.
So you don't think he would be... You don't think he could see the right light, or...
I fear not.
All right, well, I'll say then I guess we'll have to leave him for now. I'll say, all right, so why don't we go handle this other business?
He says, good. We'll, who are we going to take with us?
I'll say, well, if we need some of the lower-ranked family members here, perhaps we should leave brother here, even though he's crippled. Perhaps we should leave him and the niece, and we should take our nephew with us. He's a valuable information source for us.
And Hua Yin, of course, right?
Yep, and Hua Yin, and we'll leave Chen Chao and my other sworn brother here to help take care of things.
He says, very good. And what is our long-term plan for the sect?
I'll say, well, I had some ideas, but I don't know what your thoughts are, Father. I'll say I just wanted to restore us to our former glory, and I think we're some of the way there, but I think people don't quite know. I think it would be good if we could develop our Kung Fu more and get you back into fighting shape as well, so that people can, see our power and grow that way, unless you had a different thought.
He says, no, but I don't know how I'm going to further develop my martial arts at this point. Perhaps we need to find the martial arts of somebody else.
Did you have someone in mind?
I have been long outside of the martial world. I thought that you might know.
Well, perhaps you could tell me a little more about what you had in mind.
Well, I was thinking if there's some great sect that has a secret technique that we could steal, this would be a good starting point.
I'll say, well, I have information on a manual that might be of interest to us, the 5 Ghost Hand Manual.
Okay, go on.
I'll say I only know rumors of where it might be, but perhaps if that manual is worthwhile, it could give us an edge.
Who controls this manual?
I don't know, but as far as I know, no one. It might be alone, or it could be guarded by a man. I had dealings with him before, but I beat him without too much of an issue.
Then it can't be too good, could it?
Well, I think it's more a matter of how good I am rather than the techniques. I'll say my Kung Fu is very advanced. I'll say, but his techniques were impressive. I think if I added those to my abilities, and I can also teach you, I think that would be a big benefit. I'll say the man who had it was named Gui Zhui.
Gui Zhui.
Yes.
He says, very well, I guess we can look into this man. Here's what
All
we'll
right.
do. We'll come up with a list of manuals that we need to take, and we will take the best manuals from the martial world, and then we can counter everybody's kung fu.
I'll say, I'll smile. I'll say, that's smart. My father's a smart man.
He says,
Sound like a bunch of crazy folk.
he says, good, let us go, let us head south then. We'll deal
All right,
with
I'll say
these...
that ghost. Oh,
No, go ahead.
I'll say that ghost hand manual is nearby. Should we collect it before we start heading south?
Where nearby?
I'll explain where, but that's pretty nearby, right? Whatever that like mudslided place was or whatever that he thought it was.
Wait, in Daolu?
Well, I don't remember exactly where it was, but remember, what's his face had found some information. My guy Lushan had found some information, and then he killed that dude.
Let me just see here. I think I know it. Oh, was it in Fanju, maybe?
Sure, that sounds reasonable.
Okay, hold on. I just want to make sure I'm in the right document. That's the issue here.
Okay.
Hold on one second. I just got to open this up.
All right. This doesn't count towards my 15 minutes.
Well,
Yes, it does.
it all counts. I just got to look something up.
You research on your own time, buddy. Nah.
Alright, so ghost. Okay, yeah, that's. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Oh yeah, that's actually quite close to where we're going.
Oh, it is. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I'll say, yeah, we can get it along the way.
He says, "Okay, we can look into this matter. Why don't you lead the way then?"
All right, I'll lead the way, Brendan.
All right.
So I'll make the necessary arrangements though to turn over things so that things are smooth. But I want to collect that thing that I was having made before I leave, Brendan. Is it ready?
Wait, what thing were you having made?
It should be. Hold on, I'll just send it to you just because I don't want it to be known.
Secrets don't make friends.
That's what
That's
I
cool. I got enough friends now.
I guess we're not friends anymore.
We're still cool.
Oh, that's still gonna take a little bit of time, Steve.
Well, no,
still
it should be done. The guy said 2 weeks. It's been like I was traveling for like a month.
Wait,
after
what
I-
was that? Was that the device that
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hold on.
No, say it.
Well,
Say
It's not that. I'm gonna get back to you on that one though, Steve. Okay, because there's some parameters on that we need to go over.
Okay, but can I like take it with me? But I just won't use it until we discuss the parameters.
Yeah, because it's an involved thing.
Okay, sure. Okay, so after I collect that, I go.
Okay. All right. So you go to. Can you give me some survival rules?
Yep. What kind of terrain is this?
Wilderness.
I got a 9.
All right.
I got an 8.
Uh-huh.
I got a 9. I got another 9. I got a 10.
All right. One more.
I got another 9.
All right. Okay. So you're trying to make it to the Crown of Gushan first for that 5 ghost thing.
Yep.
All right. Let me just find my info.
I'll send a message to John Brendan, just letting him know that if he needs to contact me to send his messages to J Valley for now.
Okay. Okay. All right. So. All right. So you come to Do you have the map, Steve, of Fanshu?
Yep.
All right, so,
I do. Yep.
all right. So you come to the Crown of Gushan area on Owl Hill, and it looks like a rising sort of bald patch in the wilderness, with some trees sort of scattered around it.
Okay. All right. Can I see a way like in or any kind of
Do you want?
anything?
Can you make a? Do you have like a mountain or hill survival?
I think I do. Let me see. What do I have? I have well, yeah, I do. I have Mountain and Hill. I got a 7.
All right. So what you find, you kind of walk around, and there's like a big sort of dome top to it that feels like it's made out of stone. Actually, there's like some earth on top of it, but just sort of kicking around, you realize there's stone underneath. And then walking down further, you can see like a nose protruding from the side of the hill, and you realize that there's like a giant statue encased in this hill.
Oh,
And you can see that there is a way, there is an opening in one of the nostrils.
okay. I'll just look. How far down is it?
It's how far down is what, the nose from where you are?
Well, no. Like, how does it drop or like what is
Oh
it?
no!
I just,
Do you want to go in and look at it?
well, I'll look in it before I go in it. But yeah, like,
It looks like a shaft leading up
oh, it goes up.
at
Huh?
an angle.
Okay. I'll just say. All right. Do you want to wait here, Father? I'll say I can. I'll say perhaps Hua Yin and I should go in and take care of this matter.
He says, yes, I'll wait outside. You tend to this.
All right. I'll say, Hua Yin, do you have any of your little spiders that can go check this out? Maybe they can just even grab us the book.
She says, you can't crawl into a shaft.
I'll say, I'm just trying to see what our options are. I mean, I figured a spider is a lot better at crawling through a shaft than me.
Make them do it.
She motions, and a bunch of spiders crawl up the shaft, and she says, it seems complicated in there. I think it's going to require having one of us inside.
Okay. I'll go in. Are there any kind of traps or anything that I need to be aware of?
She says, they're just spiders. I don't know if they would be good at relying on for finding traps.
All right. Why don't you call them back and I'll go in?
All right, so she calls them back, and can you make a? Are you going to go inside?
Yeah, I'll go inside.
Can you make a survival roll?
What kind? Mountain and Hill?
Underground, actually.
Oh, underground. That limits my dice quite a bit. All right. 7.
All right. Okay, so do you crawl up the shaft, right?
Yep.
All right, so you crawl up the shaft, and you realize that there are definitely like snakes and stuff in here, so you're avoiding them as you go up. And,
Okay.
The shaft leads to an opening, and like a vast sort of cylindrical shaft intersects with this one, and it's going up and it's going down, and across you can see another shaft from you. But the shaft, it opens up into drops beyond what you can see.
Okay, I'll go over to the other shaft.
All right, can you make a athletics or a fly roll or something like that?
Sure, yeah, I'll just fly. I don't want to take any chances here. Yeah, I got an 8, so I successfully fly.
So you land across, and there is a, sort of like a flat shaft that you can actually walk in. It's high enough that you can walk in it. And going down that, you come to another sort of narrow shaft that drops down.
Okay, and does that one also drop down into like abyss?
You think you see it's not quite as deep, but you don't have a light source to see down there.
Do I have anything I can light on fire, Brendan?
You might not want to, given the area that you're in. Also, what's your wits?
My wits, I think, are just a 6.
All right. Okay. All right. So, can you? So, what do you want to do?
I'll take a look. I'll fly down there.
All right. All right. Can you give me another fly roll?
Yeah, I got a 10.
All right. You make it down, and you can see that there's a stone coffin here, and there's a stone display case, and it looks like there would be a manual here, but there's nothing in the case.
No. I run over to where it would be. Well, actually, I'll look. Is there any kind of like? Does it look like this area is trapped?
No, it doesn't. But there's definitely like an area where there used to be a scroll. Do you know what I mean? Like you can see like the outline on the dust.
Oh, I fly over there. I examine. There's no kind of like little hidden compartment or anything.
What's your detect?
1.
You don't see anything.
Damn it. All right, I'll look in the coffin, Brendan.
All right, you want to open up the coffin?
Yeah, I'll just push it like slowly open though.
All right. Well, number one, you can see that there's a hole on the lid of the coffin, and it looks like there's been water that's been dripping down onto the coffin for some time and bored a hole right through. And when you open the coffin, it's all slimy inside, and there's like a red stain. And there's like another hole that is at the sort of the bottom of it.
But no body?
No body.
And no manual or anything in here either?
Nope.
No kind of directions as to manuals here now?
Nope.
Son of a bitch.
And you
right.
hear a weird whispering somewhere in the distance.
Okay, I'll try to listen. What does it sound like? Or where does it sound like it's coming from?
It says, you and your family are cowards. And it sounds kind of like Divine Astrologer's voice. It sounds like it's coming from above the shaft.
I'll look up there. Do I see anything?
You actually do see like a pair of legs standing up there.
I'll be like, why don't you come down here and call me a coward?
He says, I am patient. I can wait for you to come up here.
I'll say, who are you?
He says, it's Divine Astrologer. I've come to get my revenge against you.
I'll say, no. I'll say, I'm obviously hallucinating or something. I'll say, no, something's up here. I'm going to look. Is there any kind of gas or something coming from this place? Or like...
Okay, hold on. It's been 15, so I'm going to switch over.
Oh, gas. All right.
All right. Okay, so you guys are on the precipice.
Emerge from the toad.
Oh, no. Oh, you were negotiating how to get out, right? That was where we were.
Yeah. I'm like, could I offer you something so that we could have a way out from you?
Well, that might be a little bit steep. What could you offer me?
How about a flying guillotine?
He says, I already have the designs on that.
But do you have one crafted from the enlightened goddess herself?
Yeah.
He says, I do not.
Like, it's quite nice.
He says, you promise to give this to me?
Of course. With Lingsu here as my witness, it is still at our sect headquarters. And if when we return, you can go see him and he will give it to you.
He says, very well. He hands you a drum, like a little drum, and he says, "Play on this when you want to leave."
I'll nod.
Will that work inside of the toad?
Probably.
I don't know. Hopefully. You might need to get outside of the toad for it to work properly, though.
Alright, we will get outside of the toad before using it.
I don't know which drink.
Speak for yourself. We're bringing the toad.
But there's only one drum. I drum it right now. Like, see ya!
So he says just make sure to play it at this rhythm, and he sort of taps a very sort of intense sort of like drum roll with his fingertips, on the wall so you know how to use it. That makes sense?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that?
I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, with
You
one
kinda like
hand
wave.
drum rolling it, so
Yep.
you're going to be hitting it with your ring finger and your thumb.
Yep.
And it looked like a princess wave.
What's a princess wave?
I don't know, like the.
It was like this. It's that.
Oh, never mind. It looks like kind of like you're having a seizure, maybe.
I'm trying to do a drum roll with my hand.
Your hand. Just the arm.
Maybe work on it.
All right. I assure you, my hand drumming skills are flawless. All right. So, okay. So he says, "Do you have everything you need?"
I believe so. We are going to enter the koi and then have tricked the toad into eating us.
He says, "Well, in my opinion, this sounds far-fetched, but you know, I wish you luck."
Thank you. I'll bow.
Later, nerd.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
All right.
Wait.
Well,
can I just
15
tell-
minutes. No.
What? It's only been a minute and 30 seconds. Okay, so you're on the precipice. What are you gonna do?
Wait, I have, what is it? Swift stride. Says I don't need to see where.
Yeah, you can swift stride.
I could just swift stride inside the toad.
Oh, well, that might be tricky. That's not a normal use of swift stride, but you could try it when you get there.
And stuck in its esophagus.
Let's try the koi. If the koi doesn't work, you could always swift stride in.
What's your detect rolls?
I have a 3 in detect that's only with everything but seeing. So
Yeah, in this case, seeing is very important.
3.
I have a 2.
All right.
Roll me a 10.
All right, Sabrina, you do see a massive toad off in the distance in the swamp.
I'll point it out to them in case they're blind. I mean, no, I don't even. In case they didn't notice the giant toad.
I'm like, shall we go down and find some koi in the swamp?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to summon your owl so we can get down?
Oh yeah, don't mind me. I guess White Brown Tiger's just like rubbing off on me. I'm over here just spacing out. Alright, I'm gonna summon my owl, Brendan.
I thought it was a dragon for the letter.
I just imagine that when he's around, his eyes just go very dark. Like he's just not even doing anything.
All right, can you make a roll to summon
Oh, wait.
your...
Or we can summon the water dragon if we want to get under the water to the koi. It's up to you. It'll
That would-
hold.
That would
Hold
probably
all
be
of
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna summon the water dragon and see it. I got it.
Oh
All
yeah.
right, so the water dragon appears on the surface of the swamp water.
I'll just I'll hop on the front and then motion to the rest of them that
Alright.
they can hop on.
You have to get down, though, to it from where you are. That's the only thing.
Oh. I jump. No.
I mean,
Can
the
we, use
water's
the,
deep enough.
can we use the rope?
Yeah, he gave you the rope. Do you want to try
Yeah,
using
we'll
it?
use the rope. Yeah, we'll use the rope.
All right, so when you
I'll
open
try
the
to
rope,
see.
it just automatically sort of lashes around a nearby rock.
Nice. Okay.
Oh man,
So yeah, we'll start using it.
I
to
need
get
rope
back.
like this.
All right, so I just need you guys to make a muscle roll to make sure you don't fall on the way down.
Is Lingsu really weak with one arm?
Yeah.
Can I carry Lingsu?
Yeah, if you want to. You're just going to have a higher TN on your muscle roll.
Yeah, that's fine.
I got a 6.
I got a 10.
All right, so... And John?
I got a
What'd you
Even
get?
with my beast strength, it's hard.
What'd you get, John?
5.
All right, so John, can you make an athletics roll?
Yeah.
Damn blind man.
I got a 10.
All right, so you fall briefly, and then you grab the rope again. And I just need you to make another muscle roll to see if you can work your way down.
I'm gonna whip.
He does that the
Keep it
entire
blind.
way.
He grabbed that rope
Oh,
with
8.
ease.
What'd you get?
8.
Oh, okay, all right, so you all make it down. And the water dragon is waiting for you.
I'm gonna try to pull on the rope to see if it comes undone.
Yeah, it does. It unravels and returns to you.
I'm gonna wrap it around my body. I'm like, all right, guys, I'll hold on to this for us.
All right, it just starts wrapping itself.
Oh, it's great.
I want it. It's mine.
Um,
I'll swim us over near the toad, but also look for the koi.
okay. Okay, so do you want to go underwater to look for the koi on your way there?
Yeah.
All right, so you see, as you're going, you see like a really large, brilliantly colored koi. Like, the size of two people.
I hated
The
these
size
kind
of how many
levels
people?
in video games.
Size of two people. What was that?
I said I hated these kind of levels in video games. Underwater things with giant fish and giant creatures. So,
How many people could fit inside of a koi? 2?
Probably 2 in this one.
So, Ling Su, White Browed, me, you. Ah, John, you're the odd man.
Stick the blind man in a fish underwater. All right, we'll wait it out.
I mean, you could always wait out here on my water dragon if you wanted to.
Perhaps. It would be easier.
And then each of us can take 2 in.
So do we try to capture this thing? And then hide inside of it and then throw it in front of the toad? Is that our plan?
I don't know how we get inside.
Can I use that new technique that I have? The Hands of Lin.
Yeah, you can use that.
So I'm gonna use it on the fish. Can I move the fish out of water?
It's
that's
like
right.
the telekinesis type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot we had that.
So you just want to move it up into the air?
Like out of the like out of the swamp.
Yeah, you can.
Does that make sense? Like on a dry land. All right. I just need the TN for.
I'll position my water dragon to help
TN
him
is 5.
while he does that.
That's how much it weighs.
Um.
It weighs 900 pounds.
Yep.
Big fish.
Well, rolling 3. All right, I got an 8.
All right. So you lug this thing with you sort of go like this with your hands and you thrust it up into the air from a distance, and it just lands, flops loudly onto shore.
All right. I'll be like, all right, we need one more of equal size.
All right. You can see several as you sort of move beneath the water.
All right, so I'll try to do it again.
All right.
Oh, man.
Make a roll.
We share about this idea.
I got a 6.
Okay. All right. So you also lift that one up out of the water, and you can hear it crash onto land.
All right. I'll be like, we have the fish. I'll start climbing into one of the fish, looking at everybody like, come on, let's go, let's get in the fish.
Who wants in the fish with who? Should we go in 2 separate ones, Tyler?
Yeah, that
You
way.
take Ling Su, I'll take.
That way, if we get separated, they have direction. They're not just
Exactly.
white-browed tigers just like falling asleep inside of the toad.
All right. So you guys take what do you just take the time and cut open the fish and go inside?
Yeah.
Okay. So who's going into which fish here?
I'm
me
going
and
in
White
with
Brown.
Linkster.
And I'm going in with White Brown.
Okay.
I think, John, were you waiting outside the fish?
Yeah.
John, you're gonna wait outside the fish.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait with the water dragon.
Okay. And then what are you gonna do when the toad comes?
Me?
Yep.
Probably have it go underwater and just stay out of sight.
Okay.
And he said that they persuaded the toad to eat the koi.
I think that might have been the words he used. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the word. There was persuasion in there.
Do the koi talk?
Well, these ones are dead.
But the other,
Yeah.
but the other ones might have talked, right?
You didn't try talking to them, so you don't know.
Oh man, we should have tried talking to them.
You just threw them up on a dry land, and
I think talk was a metaphor. I think he persuaded them like swimming close enough where it was an easy meal.
Doesn't hurt. No. We'll try.
but John, you can hear the toad sort of moving towards the koi.
I give my water dragon orders just to pretty much just like protect John, just like evasive.
All right, so it opens up its mouth, and you can just see like an enormous row of teeth, and its tongue lashes out and grabs the koi.
That was easy.
Well, and then it starts chomping on the koi, though, John.
Oh God.
Hope you have iron body.
Oh God. Oh.
What's everybody's hardiness?
Mine is a 10.
All right, so you might be fine. Sabrina, what's yours?
That's a good question. It's been so long since I've needed it. It feels like 8.
All right, you have an 8.
Yes.
All right, so you and Ling Su both take 3 wounds from the chewing, and then you're swallowed, and you're inside the toad, and you guys sort of, but you're inside, you're in the toad, but you guys are still inside the koi. So, do you extract yourself from the koi bodies?
When
Yes.
the koi stops moving is when I will get out.
All right.
Pretty much when the whole ride slows down.
All right. So you're sort of in like a swampy sea of goo that's very unpleasant smelling, and you can see like an island in the center, and there is a very bizarre looking tree with golden leaves and black branches.
I'll summon my owl. Wait, how far is the...
You want to try to summon your owl?
How far is the
Can you make a roll?
island, roughly?
It's about 70 feet away from you.
Oh, screw it. I'll just kind of like use... I don't know.
I could
what
just
do
use,
want?
I could use that technique and just take a branch off, right?
No,
Maybe.
grab it with your hands.
All right, yeah, fine.
Do it.
I'll start moving over that way.
All right.
Use your technique to move you and Sabrina over there and everyone else.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, the issue is that I wonder if this guy will notice that we're inside if we start using things like inside of him.
That's why I'm like, instead I just kind of wanted to paddle my koi. I'm going to try to sit on top of it and push myself towards the island.
And wade your way in there.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you doing exactly?
We're moving over to the island with the tree on it.
All right. So you make it there.
All right. I'll walk up to the tree, I guess, then.
You
All
do
right.
it. You grab it first.
So you
Here.
can see like golden, very fine, like metallic golden images on the surface of the tree branches of elephants, phoenixes, bixies, dragons. The emerald monk, other creatures associated with the various hours, days, months, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there are plenty of branches here. Do you want to just try to take one?
I'll kowtow in front of it, and then I will attempt to take a branch.
All
I
right.
was
How are you
thinking
going
of
to
the
do
same
that?
thing.
How do I do that?
Yeah. How do you take the branch?
Does it seem like, is it like very sturdy?
You don't know. I mean, it looks like a normal tree to you, except for having black bark and golden leaves.
Can I touch the tree?
No, that's
And
what I was
see if
like.
I
When I
can-
touch it, is it sturdy? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, you want to? When you touch it, it kind of moves a little bit.
Can I? I'll be like
Like-
hello.
There's no
say?
response when you talk.
When you say move, like...
Like it sort of
Little-
moves out of the way of your hand. Like
Oh.
it bends away.
Like I didn't get to touch it.
No, you did, but it seemed like it reacted to your touching.
Oh, okay. Damn, we should have asked him how to get a branch off of the tree. we were
And
talking to
it's
that
been
guy.
15 minutes, so we're gonna stop it right
Ah.
there.
Stop doing that. It's always during the part.
And Steve, you were interacting with this guy above you.
Steve,
Yeah,
Steve
I'm just
said he
gonna-
would give up his
Do
50
I see
minutes
any
for
kind
us.
of gas or anything like
Do you
here,
think I
like
say that?
making me hallucinate or anything?
What was that?
Can I see anything like spores or like mold or like gas or anything that looks like it's gonna make me hallucinate down here?
What's your detect?
1.
You don't see anything, no.
I'll say, you must be in my head because I killed you. So I'll say, don't bother me.
He says, no, I've returned from the grave, and I am back for my revenge. He
I'll say,
says,
well,
you
until you
forget
come down
my
here.
powers.
I'll say, nope. I'll be like, anyway, well, if you come down and beat me up, I'll know that I'm wrong. I try to, like, move the coffin, Brennan. Is there anything beneath it?
All right. Can you make a speed roll, Steve?
Brennan, he's not supposed to really be alive now. Yeah, he's too strong for me. Yeah, I got a 10.
All right. So he leaps down, and you can hear him behind you, but you think that you can react before he does something.
I'll say, how can you be back? And how could you know I was here? I'll say, that doesn't make sense, so I know you're not here, and nothing's going to happen to me, so I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to just try to move this coffin, Brendan.
Oh, okay, all right. Hold on 1 second. I just got to find something here.
I'll say, go into the light, or whatever the equivalent is, you know.
All right. So what's your parry?
3.
3. All right. All right. So he strikes at you, and he got an 8. Do you want to try to counter, or do you want to just let it happen?
Yeah, I'll try to use Turn of the Gen Bird.
Okay.
I'm not going to be too crazy about this, but you know, I mean, I'm assuming something bad will happen to me. Yeah, I did it. I got a 9.
All right.
So I'm just doing. Oh, I have to do it cathartically, right?
Yep.
Well, I might as well hit him then. So I'll just do a regular. This guy's annoying me. I'll just do regular. Whatchamacallit there? Blade of the Dancing Fox to him.
Okay.
It's like,
All right.
suck Blade of the Dancing Fox. Should I bother rolling since this is a hallucination?
No,
or
you
what?
should roll. You should roll.
All right. I got an 8. Does that
All right.
beat his parry?
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool.
So what are
So
your damages? That's your move, or that was a product of your.
That was me countering because I used Turn of the Gen Bird.
Okay.
So now I'm countering with this. Yeah. All right. So this is for the damage. So I got a 10 on the first one. I got a 6 on the second one. I got a 9 on the third one. I think that's it. Yeah.
All right. All right. So you and you're hitting him with the sword.
Yeah.
All right. So you slash him several times, and he laughs, and he once again tries to palm you.
Wait, I'm just curious. Was I able to move the coffin or no? Because that was my action. I spent my action like trying to move the coffin. So was I successful in that or no?
No, you weren't able to move the coffin.
No muscle roll, huh? Just it's like affixed to the ground or
It's
what?
fixed to the ground. I mean, if you wanna like break it from the ground, you can do that this round.
Well, could I? Okay, I want to do that. Yeah.
All right. So make a roll for that.
Okay. I got a 9.
All right. So you rip the coffin from the ground, and you can see a hole that leads into something below, and now he's gonna try to palm you.
All right.
And he got an 8.
Damn it. All right, I'll try to turn the Gen Bird it again. I'll say you're wasting my time, hallucination. No, I didn't do it.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so you take what's your hardiness?
10.
All right, so you take 3 wounds.
What? How can
Yeah.
this hurt me? This
You
is
take, I just
clearly-
told you take 3 wounds, and you suddenly can't see.
Can't. I'm like,
This
but I
is
need
not
my eye.
real, huh?
Shut up. I'll. All right,
You're blind.
All right, Brendan, I'm gonna dive into that hole or whatever. Is it a hole or how deep is it?
You don't
Is it
know.
diveable?
You just see a hole. You have no idea how deep this is.
Well, he can't see anything
Well,
anymore.
better,
Yeah.
better than this guy.
Yeah,
so
that's a
I'll
good
go down
point.
the hole.
You know where the hole is, though, so you can dive down there if you want.
So I
Disadvantage.
dive down into the hole.
All right.
I say, leave me alone, spirit.
All right. You take 2 more wounds when you crash to the bottom, and you feel a bunch of rocks and water.
Whoa, I can fly. I can't just lie down there.
You just blind guy that just dropped yourself into a hole in the middle
All
of
right.
combat.
Okay, fine. All right, so now I'm into the hole. What do I feel down here, Brendan?
You feel rocks and water.
That's it.
Yep. And
How
you
deep is
also
the wa-
hear somebody screaming as he's crashing towards you.
Son of a bitch! This is hallucination. Leave me alone. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Does it seem like he poisoned me or like what's
You
going
have no
on here?
idea.
Why-
You just know you can't see now, and you know that you have an
What?
opponent that's leaping down towards you. But it is your initiative, so you can do something.
Son of a bitch. All right, well I'm gonna assume this is some kind of poison, so I'm gonna try to use the. Actually, let me see what I want to use.
So time for that. Gotta act fast.
There's time for whatever I say there's time for. Hold on, I'm just trying to find it. Which is the right one here? I'll use things that are good against poison. Yeah, I'm gonna use oh wait. Can I use Curing Palm on myself, Brendan?
Yeah, you can try to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna use Curing Palm.
What? I didn't know that.
Hold on. Well, let me look it up.
Too late, you said yes.
No, but I might have been confusing techniques.
That's the one I had. That's why I took Breath of the Lotus afterwards, because I
Oh no,
accidentally
you
took Curing
cannot.
Palm.
You have, that's one. I was getting confused with the Kama Sunan.
Okay, well I have that too, so I'll use that then.
Okay.
But that requires time. That's like 10 minutes.
Don't you worry about how much time is required.
You must meditate for 1 complete hour.
Yeah, you might not want to do that in this.
Wait, hold on. Is that right? No. Hold on. It reduces so that doesn't say I have to meditate.
You must meditate for 1 complete hour, during which time you manage to halt the progress of the poison.
On this it says you meditate, slowing down your breath and blood flow to stay with the
Look
effects
at the
of poison.
third
So you
paragraph. Third paragraph, Steve.
Okay, so it says rate reduces. 2 minutes become days. You must meditate. Oh yeah, damn.
It's pretty.
unfortunate.
It's pretty black and white.
Yeah, it's pretty right there.
Yeah. It's
All right,
sure
but you know
is.
what? Actually, it's 8:55, so I have to end it here anyways. So, I know, everybody's in the middle of something. I know it's a terrible
Everybody's
spot to
on
end
a
it.
Whoa! I didn't even get a full 15 minutes.
I know, but we're at the end.
Well,
We're at the end, guys. I'm gonna.
Well, at least you do.
You'll get 17 minutes next time.
Huh?
You'll get 17 minutes next time, Steve.
No, he does not. Don't tell him that.
All right, I'm gonna end it here because I have to go pick up my wife.
Wait. Hold on. At least let me do something with my remaining few minutes.
There is no remaining few minutes. I have to go. We have to end the session.
No, but I have a few minutes. Can't I just do one thing, Brendan?
What one thing do you want to do?
Okay, I just want to use Breath of Fury. I'm going to try to go up against the wall, and I'm going to try to use Breath of Fury so that any like loose objects or anything will get all blown to one area.
All right, you can do that. Make a roll.
Okay.
And then clash back at you.
I got a 3, but
All right,
still
so
think it
your Breath of Fury does not work. All right, we're gonna end it here.
And you're blind.
I do it again.